your boy Enrique Chacon, and you are listening to the Edge Morning Radio Show, where we bring a lot of news articles, we bring y'all a lot of wokeness, and also a lot of drip, y'all. And in this panel, we have my girl, Aphrodite Queen, at the Secret Group, and also in Texas, Tressa Ellaby. What's up, Tressa?
What's happening? Good morning, my good people.
Okay.
What's up, Enrique? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I accidentally banged my head in the car today.
Lord.
Rushing in
when
to
you
get
came
here.
in here wet,
Yeah.
no umbrella for you.
It is sweat. It's not water, y'all. It's sweat. I'm a sweater. This something I gotta say. It's just part of me. My dad, before he married my mom, was like, yeah, I'm one of those dudes that sweats. So it's genetic, y'all. It's genetic. There's nothing I can do about it. I gotta be a towel comic. And also to my far left, we have Amber Skies. You see, there's something weird about Skies, especially with my Spanish and English dyslexia, because I see Skies, but I want to say like skis, or something like that.
You're not the only one. People like to be able to read phonetically, so they don't see that it's an I in Skies.
Yeah, and English is just so confusing, man. It's like, I think it's the hardest language to learn, really, because
you're on the radio.
The hardest.
Sorority shite kurasai watashi koros.
What was that?
That means please stop it right now or I will murder you.
When did you learn that, from watching anime?
Yeah. I'm a big anime.
Definitely anime.
Anime head, man. And
Say it again.
Sorority shite kurasai watashi koros.
Is that all you know how to say?
That's all. And
I want somebody to call me and correct it.
Please, if you speak Japanese and that was wrong, call in at 281-587-1540 and educate him.
Yeah,
I think you made that up.
No, I'm telling you. It's like legit Japanese.
Okay.
Legit Japanese.
So you didn't learn this at a ramen bar. You was watching
No.
true anime.
I got the real question. Can you spell it?
You know what?
I mean, you mean in
I want you to. I need you with the calligraphy pen
with the
and the canvas with the dip in ink.
With the
No, ain't that weird? I tried to put in subtitles on a movie the other day, like a Korean movie,
right.
Like Japanese. It's like it compared to like Korean and Vietnamese. How do you say Vietnamese?
Vietnamese.
Yeah, Vietnamese. You know what I'm saying? My throat muscles a little bit weak today, man. Just woke up. Whenever you fall asleep and your mouth is open and like you just take in too much air. That's how I've been falling to sleep, man. I don't think I can change my face. I need a chin strap when I go to sleep. So I can look normal, man.
So you can be normal.
So are you that tired, or you just go to sleep like you just got shot?
You know what? I can't sleep, especially because I have cats at home and they're like new kittens. And if you out there, if you're listening to this, you know me. I'm an animal rights activist, and you know what? It's kind of like an amateur activist, kind of like an amateur porn star. I do it on the side. I don't do it frequently, and I don't make money doing this.
Sounds like your house smell funny.
No, look, yeah. There's a lot of smell. I try to take care of these kittens and find them homes. I found home for 5 bottle feeders on Saturday, right? I took them all the way out to like Katy, Texas, and this company took them in, right? And I had to So finally, they got people that are gonna be rotating them, and they're gonna try to find homes for them. But anyways, Tressa, what have you done? What have you been doing this weekend, Tressa?
I'm looking at you over here sweating bullets. You're not gonna sit up here and sweat next to me like you just did a fresh line. What is going on with you, Enrique?
Nothing.
Did you just get some cats and pick up some cats?
No, it's not nervous sweat. I'm just
hot. You just hot box, just a natural.
I'm just hot. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to get caught with the cats in the car. It's with the animal rights people.
You know
what? You can take one of these cats and maybe I'll stop sweating this much, man.
You know what? Do you want them them to call in here that they need a cat.
Please call in if you need a cat. If you're looking for a cat.
Looking for a cat, or you trying to give somebody a cat for their birthday or something, call Enrique 281-587.
It looks like he has plenty.
Yeah, please, and also drop off a towel while you're at it. I need a goddamn beach towel
right
right
in the
now.
Heights, and he over here sweating like a homeless man that just stole something and got caught.
Like them
Gosh.
cats.
You know what? Do you give money to homeless people?
Sometimes.
Whenever you're parked and it's a red light.
I don't not usually not then. My daughter makes me do it because she has a great heart. But we're from Chicago, but when we left Chicago, she was 5, so she don't remember the teachings. And the teachings are
The teachings
are you don't roll down your window down for nobody coming up to your window.
No.
In Chicago, they would lean in and snatch your chain off your neck.
Man,
That's just not something that you just do. They used to snatch chains off the bus.
So gangster.
Like they would just run, like they like a thief would just be at the front of the bus, and you'd be in the middle of the bus,
right.
And then they would just, when the bus stopped, they just run back there, snatch your chain off, and run off the back. So I'm just saying, like I just grew up different. You just don't roll down your window, especially as a woman,
right?
You know what I mean? So, but there is a specific group of homeless people that work the traffic stop by my crib, and so I'm pretty comfortable with them because they've been there for 2 years. We got a relationship, so you know
they know you, they remember you.
Yeah, they do know me, and when I don't give them anything, they could be looking at me like
they don't.
See, that's that part. See, that's that part.
Or they want to wave at you and make you feel all bad, and I don't really keep cash.
You know what hurts me?
I don't like feeling shaken down. I don't like feeling like I owe you money and I don't know you. They will look at you like you owe them money.
Like it's their payday.
Like, oh, so this how you gonna do me? Who are you?
Like it's their payday.
That's so
You
true.
probably make more money than me if you add up all the change in people's ashtrays in the bottom of somebody's foot rug in their car. You probably come out with a solid over $100 a day.
So some of them do make a good amount of money, but some of them are mentally unstable.
They're the ones that don't ask.
That they can't necessarily get jobs.
You know who I don't trust? The homeless people that have all their teeth. Like if you have a perfect smile, you know what I'm saying? You run.
You know, you got a point.
I don't trust
You got
I look at them and I be looking at them. Some of these people, I be like, are your eyebrows arched? Like, did you just
like the lady, like the pregnant one?
Like, no, I'm not about to give you no money because your eyebrows is freshly threaded.
The pregnant
I'm still doing mine
fresh.
with the little $1.99 blade pen, and you done got your whole eyebrows threaded because they just too. Or they have on like some fresh Air Force One.
Yes.
How long you been homeless? I got my daughter's new shoes on now. I don't even have none. I got Skechers. How you got Air Force One?
I feel like
I got mom shoes.
I feel like they do, because you know sometimes they try. Oh yeah, somebody get, you know, they be Goodwill and you know Salvation Army. I don't believe that because I'm like, you too fresh. You matching, dog. Like I don't think they sold the whole
match at Goodwill.
Nah, man, they be matching.
Look, once a year I go thrifting. And I have found
Just
some
once?
stuff with tags.
That's how
I usually do it after tax.
That's how I live.
You go to Goodwill? Where do you go?
I go into rich neighborhoods and find thrift stores or Goodwills that are in nice neighborhoods.
Like somewhere in
I find stuff with tags on it. I find furniture. I might find a cast iron skillet. Or something. You know what I mean? You gotta have a cast iron skillet. You go to the thrift store first. They be expensive.
I noticed too though, but some of these thrift stores be a little proud. They have it marked up higher than it was when it was bought the first time.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Trust me, I know. I go more than once a year.
$5.
No, they be having stuff in like
Can you
20,
please
25.
enlighten me?
Yeah.
The thrift store?
You know what? That's what Goodwill is really good at being proud. Salvation Army is getting proud. I like the thrift stores where you gotta where it's actually thrift for the people who pricing the stuff actually understand.
Right. The family thrift store is the one that they have so many all over the city, and it's huge, and they color code their clothes. Okay, now I know most places do this anyway, but they not only do they put the t-shirts in the right place, they're gonna color code it. So if you're looking for red, you know, and I really would find shirts and t-shirts. I love that. But at Walmart, I mean, you can get a t-shirt for $3. So I'd rather just get one that nobody put the arms in.
Previously,
You know what I'm saying?
But you know those like
Gently
those dope ass like bomber jackets, you know, or like one of those
the army jackets.
the army jackets where you know it's like a retired military man. You find one of those, and yeah, it has like 1 or 2 holes, but it's still drip.
No. See,
No, Enrique, did you pronounce the B in bomber?
Bomber.
You said bomber.
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 Look, English is my second language right now, and you are being racist right now. You are, you know, Ernst, you accused me of doing cocaine, which, you know,
That wasn't me. That was your friend.
That was me. I'm sorry. I said I didn't accuse you of it. I said
As if it was a metaphor.
As if like you did.
It was a metaphor.
That's
You know,
But I know
entertainers.
that you don't believe in nothing like that.
No.
You a good boy.
Yeah,
But if we were being
Good
racist,
boy.
we
Yeah.
know you probably got a cousin.
That's
that
not
got a
racist,
cousin.
buddy. You a good old boy.
Yeah. Good old boy. Hey, you sound like a racist old white man. Good old boy. Yeah, he's a good boy.
First of all, she doesn't because she pronounced all of the letters in those words. Good old boy should run together as one.
As one.
If she was being racist.
And you know, I apologize.
And then it
Enrique
turns out
asked
that's
me-
Gooden.
Well, that's Gooden. And I'm sorry, I didn't cut you
That's
off.
Gooden.
I didn't. We all have like a really bad habit of doing that.
Oh, no, it's fine.
We
It's what we
the
do.
cutoff crew.
Yeah.
Look,
Gotta get in there.
Enrique asked me 6 minutes ago what I've been doing, and I accused him of doing drugs and didn't even answer the question.
So,
I
the answer to the question.
so the answer to the question is, okay, I work every day. I run my business, Marcella Ellis Corporation. I'm the vice president, so I'm constantly doing that. But I also manage Laugh Jones Comedy Club. So constantly booking, getting comedians to post their videos and market and ask them nicely to do so, keep up with that. And so Sunday was amazing. Sunday was a great show. Jennifer Germany hosted. We had Rodney Bingham. Rodney Bingham was on deck, and I mean, Adam Bob was there too as well. Adam Bob came and he's been a guest host here on the Edge. But Rodney Bingham has been doing comedy for over 20 years, and to this day, he never writes anything down.
Never. These kind of like little Wayne.
I feel some kind of way about that.
I mean, everybody can't do that's not what.
No.
I mean, everybody can't do that. You're supposed to actually write things down.
Exactly.
But those are geniuses that.
Well, see, because I feel like I have untapped genius. So when I first started doing comedy, I never wrote anything down because my logic was you can't tell if your jokes are going to work on every room. So I kind of would just fill out the crowd and just kind of go off the dome.
A lot of crowd work.
Straight.
I like it.
But then, like, when comedians be like, "Oh man, you were awesome. How do you write?" I was like, "Write was writing." Like, I didn't know comedians wrote. Like, cause like the people
like
that
everybody writes. There are a few that don't.
Yeah.
That you know are here and there. But when you're auditioning or if you got to timestamp something, you should know that this joke takes this long. This joke takes this long. Or if you have to send a tape in, like the Apollo had reached out to me and wanted me to audition, which I did, and I had to tell them at the timestamp where the joke was that I wanted them to listen to and all that. But you have to be prepared. So when you're being paid and you're
that
doing
wasn't my
comedy,
point.
then I mean you want accurate time to the minute of what you're going to say. So I'm just saying, but that's 30 years into it. It's like, you know, completely different. But yeah, we right.
Can I tell you about a comic that had a great transformation between
I wasn't my point.
between crowd work? But like you're saying, it's just, you know, let's just bridge your topic about not writing material. Andy Huggins, right? I heard that Andy Huggins, and he was in America's Got Talent, and you know he advanced. He has done comedy in the Comedy Store, the La Olla, which is like very, very popular comedy club in California, right? So he started off just doing crowd work, no material at all, just going in there just raw, you know, just bring the energy, and if the crowd reacts to your energy, then you start bouncing. What are they wearing, you know, how old are they, or reference they might know, and if they get hype, you get even hyper, right? But now, if you see his comedy, his stand-up, he's like a one-liner king.
He's a punchline king, so he writes and studies. But what was your point?
basically, yes, I did. I finally learned how to do that. I have a friend that does it all the time. She makes me point. I used to be so jealous of it. Now I got it. Now it's like a hollow, it's high pitch. You got to get it right. You got to place that tongue.
So your point was
what I was gonna say is it's crazy the difference of opinion in it, because like on one hand, if you're good at it, you get praised for it, because some people can go in it knowing they have a time, can go in and just be like, okay, well, this is taking this amount of time, let me sum this up and just boom boom boom. Yet other people have to write, and some people write and have like really good material, but it's crazy how that, especially from a comedian perspective, that the approach is pretty much like, hey, this is a must, but then other times it's like, well, actually this person is a genius because they don't do what they must do. So I just kind of find it odd, especially somebody like me, because like the reason that I was telling jokes like that is because I had no idea comedians wrote. Because a lot of the good ones, they just look like they just got up there and just naturally just let it spew. So I was like, well, this stuff is funny. And mind you, I'm that person you don't want to sit next to if you don't want to get in trouble, depending on what's going on, because I'm talking about everything in the room. So I kind of got a decent knack for it. But now that, I'm like, oh, okay, so I can incorporate a little bit of both. But it's always good to have that ability to be able to go off the dome, because you never know what you're going to run into. Right. So that's when the crowd work comes in.
Well, as a host, you have to, and I don't want to get boxed into hosting all the time, but because I produce my own show, I do what we jokingly call host lining, which is not something you're really supposed to do.
Host lining
is a joke. I mean, host lining is when you really supposed to be doing 10 to 15 minutes, but I might do 24 minutes. It's my show, so I might do 20 minutes at my show, or in the middle I might do another 5 or what have you. But we joke about that is called host lining. You're supposed to do your 10, 15, bring
like headlining with host line,
right? Or you might have a 2-person show. So if you just have the host and the headliner, then that host is going to do a longer set. But a true professional show is a host, a feature, and a headliner. Right. Anything else beyond that is a showcase. So, you got all these different people that are going to come on, so you don't want to make the show longer than 90 minutes. That's a professional show, 90 minutes. But as a host, a lot of hosts, we do have to, if you're hosting, you are going to go off the dome in between your comedy, especially and then what's going on. You know what I mean? So those people do that. But the average person, they're unless you've been in a business for years, I go off the dome, sure, for 5 minutes, but not 30. Not 45. So you're not going to find, you will be hard pressed to find somebody that will be new in comedy. I don't even think that exists. I dare somebody to say that they've been in comedy for a year or two and be able to, first of all, a year or two, you can't even do 30 minutes.
No, you can do 5. You can do a strong 5.
30 of unfunny stuff, or stuff that you think is funny to you. But typically, that is a long time to actually be on the mic. But typically, if you just started, you're not going to have a chance to do nothing for 30 minutes. No one is going to book you.
You're totally right. I think you're totally right.
They're not going
because at the 2-year mark, you're just figuring out how to create material. What is your process? Yeah. Do you eat cereal in the morning? And when you're eating cereal, you're like, yeah, man, dude, these Lucky Charms, I'm getting my best bit eating these Lucky Charms, yo. Or maybe a lot of people go on the walk. I have a friend, Pedro Deli, he says that he profusely runs like somebody's trying to kill him. And that's what he does.
Profusely.
Funny joke. Yeah, profusely.
I don't know if that's the right word.
It's not.
Yeah. I like to write on stage, similar to what you were doing. But, of course, I mix in my material, right? Because I'm trying to have good stage etiquette, and I want to end my set with, my banger, right? So I could pass it on to the next comic. But as I'm doing my set, I try to think of ideas that the bits aren't written, but the premise is right. And I just try to bounce off that premise and listen to my recording. And when I listen to my recording, there I try to connected to my writing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then listen to what got laughs and what didn't. But you know, if you're doing an open mic or you're not being paid, then yeah, go off the dome.
Yeah, I love talking
But
comedy.
once you're being paid, then you need to know exactly.
Yeah,
what
don't
they
go off the
think.
dome unless you're Dave Chappelle, you know. Yeah.
I mean, but even then, he still writes. He was looking at his actual notebook, but I don't write down every word. A lot of my notes are premises, or you know, I'll know where to go or what have you, or I'll see the premise and then I'll change different things or change things around. But there are comics that write like word for word, then you look at it again and you take out the fluff. Because I'm a and then see like that like that I have to do better at, or just all the talking to get to the point kind of thing and then what I want to talk to y'all about.
Look, wait, let me I had a question for you, especially, and then both of y'all. Do you address a comic that just bombed and is totally unaware that he or she or it failed on stage?
Did I? Never.
Yeah. Would you ever
Not unless
address
they
that?
ask. I'm not saying a word.
Not unless they
If
ask.
they don't know, you know, ignorance is bliss.
I mean, if it's my show, of course.
Don't run up to me. Oh man, I killed it. No, you didn't.
Yeah, if I'm producing,
Right
if I'm
on.
producing a show, it's my show. I'm the host or something. Well, typically, even if I'm a host at somebody else's club, I'm still not gonna say no. You gotta ask me.
And you
but
know,
if it's
yeah.
my show, then absolutely,
You will
then
address
I
it.
will. I will. You know, may have a conversation about what worked and what didn't, or if it was just something crazy that they did, I would tell them not to do that anymore. Because sometimes comics get too into what they're doing and start, calling audience members the B word and just weird stuff that I see. So, like, if it was something weird like that, but you really, for me, I don't like unsolicited advice. So
Right.
if you didn't ask me, I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm working on not giving so much of that out, but I be so right all the time.
You know
I feel
what?
like people just need to hear what I have to say.
You know what?
Almost to the point where I have to follow you
Chill out.
and make you listen to what I'm saying.
Amber, smoke
Then
this
the
line of
cops get
cocaine
called.
real quick, Amber.
No, we don't need cocaine. I'm already up here.
Yeah.
Oh, I had the police called on me for absolutely no reason. I got Karen'd
When?
this past weekend.
For what?
Can you
I
describe?
got Karen. I mean, I got for nothing at all.
This is the story of the day. Can you please tell us the story?
Yeah, I sure will.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was out with a friend of mine. I got a message from my friend saying, hey, insert name here, wants to hang out and have girls' night. I wasn't doing anything. I was literally laying down naked looking at my ceiling, and then my phone rang. You know, good times. And I was like, you know what? I can go for a tasty beverage. And I got picked up by Karen. Karen picked me up. I just call her Karen because why not?
Just code word. Yeah.
No, Karen. The Karen
Friend of other friend?
the Karen is the friend of the friend.
So you got Karen by somebody that you was hanging out with?
Yes.
What you do? What did you do?
Why do people always say, if I got Karen, that means I did nothing?
We got to be the judge of that.
Tell us what happened.
That's because y'all know me, okay?
Yes, we do.
And understand that I have levels, and all of it isn't this. Some of it is this. Some of it is this. But this particular case, it was this.
What's your horoscope?
Okay, I'm going to give you the short version.
Did you just say what's your horoscope?
Go ahead. No.
You mean astrology sign?
Yeah.
English is a second language.
Anyways, yeah.
So Karen picked me up. We had gone to this nice restaurant. I was expecting, I don't know, like Cajun crawfish shaky. I got my t-shirt, my other pair of leggings, because I got 3. I switch out sometimes. So I'm just getting ready to go, just dive in. We pull up in Galleria at the nicest of the nice place. I was like, well, Corona, they not turning no money down. So, and then she was like, oh, I'm going to treat.
Going to Razoo's.
I thought I was going to go somewhere and just be,
Right.
I was going to be elbows on the table, snapping, cracking, sucking heads. It was crazy. crawfish heads.
Crawfish.
heads.
Yeah.
Crawfish. Crawfish people.
Yeah, I mean, but if it takes you up to get you up in the morning,
yeah.
huh? Okay, so we get to the restaurant and we're having a great time. Like, you know, she was like, hey, you know, I don't have a lot of friends. In my mind, I'm like, red flag. But she's like, I don't have a lot of friends, and this happens and this happens. So I was like, well, hey, maybe you need to hang around better people, because it sounds like your friends are trash. Right. Or the people you purposely hang out with are trash. And I'm your friend. So I'm going to tell you, now since you want me to be your friend, you ask for all of these unsolicited opinions that I was bragging about earlier.
Okay.
But that's the condition of my friendship.
But you
that's
can't
love.
just listen, though? You can't just listen to somebody without
Sometimes where's the fun in that?
You know what? See, so it's about you, is what you're saying.
Primarily, but I can share the spotlight. No, but for real, like, no, because she was telling me, like, different stuff that was going on with her and that she had dealt with, and I was like, hey.
What?
So she's attracting weird, crazy
What was the
people.
content? Was she telling you about her survivor story, her hashtag Me Too story?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
For the sake of me hoping that she's watching this, I'm not going to tell all of her business, but I am going to say that bonds were made in the beginning. Okay. And I was like, okay, well, we're getting places, leaps and bounds.
Okay.
So we were walking around because, you know, we found out that we could go carry the glasses around the property, New Orleans style, but no one was there. So why not still do it? So we walked to the courthouse of the little nice hotel that was in the parking lot, and then we could go to the other restaurant because they were supposed to have a live band. She had to go to the restroom. I'm sitting at the bar. As you can tell, I can talk a lot.
Okay.
So, random unsuspecting stranger sitting at the bar, meet eyes, he says hello, we are now friends. So we are, you know.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only strangers I have are the ones that I haven't met. So, she comes out the restroom, we're engulfed in deep conversation. So, restaurant closes, he was like, hey, I'm not an axe murderer. And I was like, I believe you. So he invites us to continue the conversation.
Where?
At the nice place across the street.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his house. Okay.
No. I'm not going to say I've never done that, but it's always with safety involved.
Right.
I mean, you know, adulthood.
Yeah.
You know, keep the gun. So we had gone, you know, I'm thinking she's enjoying herself because she's insta snapping this because, you know, it's like lights and glitter everywhere. So it's like, why not? Oh my God, act like this is mine. Act like I bought this. You know,
she thought you were still
No.
Oh.
Why did this woman call the police?
Please.
I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up. So the point is, we were having really good times. And we left to continue the conversation. We were continuing, the conversation got intellectual. And you know, when some people can't contribute to the conversation, they feel a little out of place or out of pocket.
Not enough to call the police.
And that's what happened.
Just because you were too intellectual for her, she decided that you were going to get arrested and perhaps possibly beat up by the police?
You're right there, but you missed one step, so let me tell you what it was. So basically, she couldn't contribute to the conversation. I'm like, hey, because by the time we're all friends now, we all exchange contact information. I'm like, hey, you ready to go? We just go. From me saying, hey, are you ready to go? She was like, you're trying to leave me, and you're trying to stay with this guy, and I don't want to spend the night here, and F you, get your stuff out the car. What? And then I'm like, hey, if you're ready to go, let's go. I'm right here with you. You're not being a good friend. I'm like, first of all, we just established that we're best friends now. How is this? What is happening? And I go to the car, because worst case, I'm like, I can get myself out the car, because she's clearly tripping.
She's drunk, right?
She's not to where I don't know how drunk works.
What was the main reason why, like the nail in the coffin? Why? Because you were trying to leave?
No, because the guy was like, hey, I'll get you an Uber. Sold. So but she was like, you're leaving me for this guy. I was like, well, no.
So she was mad.
If you're ready to leave, we can leave right now. So I get my stuff out the car, and I'm right there. Get the F out of my car. Get the F out of my car. I'm calling the cops. She called the cops.
Oh, because you got into her car and she was mad that you got into her car, so she had an excuse.
No, I was already in the car.
Look, y'all.
I'm so confused.
This has been Amber's story of the day.
I gotta clarify. We gotta go to a break.
Hold on. Yeah. So we're gonna go on to a quick break. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. And Tressa, do you have that number memorized?
281-587-1540. Please call us and let us know if you understand what Ember
Tell us who is tripping.
Who tripping?
Yeah.
Karen.
Anyways, we'll be right back after this break.
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversation.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
And Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love Edge Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's
Look, today it is rainy as all get out. High is 80 degrees. And it's
gonna side and it's crying.
Completely dark.
Steamy.
So before the break, Ember, her name is Ember.
First
of all, there's already like two Ambers on Edge Radio Network. Ember with an E. Ember Skies. Ember was explaining how she got Karen'd this weekend. What Karen means is being completely called for no reason at all.
Especially a white woman.
Complaining that she went out with a Karen, a friend with a Karen, and the friend didn't want you to go to the other place with this other guy that you guys
at
met.
this point, I don't know what the friend didn't want because I was trying to appease everything because she flipped. You gotta remember, she went from Insta famous to cops, basically.
But the thing about it is that there are some, not all, but there are some white people that are ingrained to immediately call the police or use that I'll call the police thing as a threat, which means that if you really truly didn't do anything, it is a threat in order to get you in trouble, to potentially possibly even get beat or killed, because the police are being called. And we have seen them come up, like if you would have stayed in her car and they would have come up to the car, she could just yell out, she has a gun, she has a gun, and they would literally shoot her. But it sounds like she's crazy.
Yes.
She was upset that she thought that you were trying to leave her. Apparently that's probably happened to her before, where she went out with a group of girls and the
she
girls
probably has daddy issues, you know.
And then she's left, you know, by herself. But there's no reason to call the police. But she was telling you to get out her car? Is that what was going on?
So let me recap.
In the car?
Let me recap. So from the fun times had to the transition and the deep, you know how you get in those deep, I mean, we're on the radio, so you know how we get in these conversations, it gets good and it's getting really good. So me and the guy were having like one of those deep conversations. You know how you like 3 seconds away from having the meaning of life in your hands, and then boom, outside influence. So I know, because we started talking about like different science and stuff like that, because I'm actually smart. And I guess she realized she wasn't at that time. And she was like, I need a cigarette. So we're like, okay, cool, let's, you know. So she kept coming up with different excuses. And then it just dawned on me, and I was like, hey, are you ready to go? We can go. No, you're enjoying your conversation. Definitely. So we're like right here. You know, we quantum physics meets like whatever smart subject here. Yeah, quantum and meta physics. I'm not good at math. Imagine being on the cusp of anyway. So we were right there with the conversation, and then she started making up all these excuses, and I'm like, hey, are you ready to go? Because if you want to go, we can go. I mean, I came with you. I don't have power. I am a passenger. And for people who don't understand what, you know, the rules of being a passenger, it means when the driver leaves, you leave. I know this etiquette. I'm like, hey, you ready? You're like, no, you're having your conversation. So it's like, I'm ready to go. No, stay. It's like real passive aggressive.
It was passive aggressive.
So weird. So I was like, hey, we can go, but she's being weird about it. And like, I guess he sees that she's being weird, and he was like, hey, I mean, I can get you home. And I was like, well, there's that. So what do you want to do? I'm like, it's all about what you want to do. I'm with you. # I'm with stupid. Then she like loses it. She starts like cursing and acting. Mind you, we are somewhere I've never been before.
Are you still in front of the other guy?
Yeah, he's right here the whole time. At this point, he's a witness.
And it's his house, right?
No, it's
they went
a restaurant.
It wasn't anyone's house.
You should have just gone in the restaurant, like.
No, because the restaurant had closed, so we were at like this nice hotel.
Oh, okay.
We were
across the street. No, we were in the room.
So to finalize the story, though.
Yeah, we're in the room.
To finalize the story, she called the cops on you because she felt like she was being ignored. Basically. She didn't feel like she had the upper hand in what? The upper hand in power, as in, hey, you stay with me, you came with me. You're talking to that guy.
All of it is crazy.
Amber, she sounds like she is a manipulator, and she sounds like she is pretty whiny because she called the cops on you because she didn't have her way. She did it, whatever she was planning on having, and it didn't work out, and that made her freak out, and she decided to threaten your life. Because you sat in her car, and when she saw you sit in her car, Karen was probably like, I got her. 911, I'm calling the cops on you right now.
I agree.
If she was a smart, racist person, she would have said, and she would just call the cops and just, but she obviously, she would have just, racist strategy, don't say nothing.
Smarts and racism.
But anyways.
No, so she actually called the cops, and then she left the car, and then I left because the guy was like, hey, she's crazy. And I was like, noted. So we were going to go back. He was like, he was going to call me an Uber. We leave, and then she starts calling. I have like 26 missed phone calls from her because she kept calling me.
Did she leave you a message?
No, she started texting me. She was like, "We're supposed to be friends." Hey, she said she didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, so the moral of the
You're dealing with a crazy
is,
person.
Drive your own car.
That's one thing because I actually I don't allow.
Do you have your own
pick
car?
me up.
I got a piece of one.
She has her own car. Okay, cool.
It drives. I got
We're
it.
about to start a cold
I would.
I need one though.
I would say drive yourself.
Right.
Okay. Because especially if you don't know the person, male or female, people are crazy. You know, but I really think that you should get to know people for like a good year. Honestly,
before you hang out,
not before you hang out, but definitely before you are
riding their car.
Before you're before you allow them to come over your house or let them know where you live and vice versa. It takes a while. There are comics that the only reason they've been in my house is because we shot some sketches there.
Right.
Other than that, you're not gonna be in my house. That's just the way that I am. It's nothing personal. It's just that I need to get to know. It's safety.
Sometimes even with close friends, you ride your car because you never know whenever an altercation is gonna happen. If somebody's drinking too much, or maybe they pop pills and you don't know, and they're acting aggro.
She just seemed crazy.
She did go to the bathroom and come back.
I mean,
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, she might have just taken a dump, but you know what?
Could have. But like, I mean, at this point, we're just trying to rationalize some crazy. So it's like,
there's no way.
She's just crazy.
There's no way. And the fact that she thinks she did nothing wrong justifies the fact that she is racist. Because crazy people don't think they're
please
crazy.
Leave the next time a random person playing. I don't care who they are. Talking about they don't call the cops and you did
2020.
Leave immediately.
Because that threat of calling the police is like being a southern farmer or a sharecropper back in the day. And people telling you, I'm gonna get the Klan if you don't give me your mule or something.
It's something crazy.
The mule though.
Yeah.
Okay. But in my perspective, I really did not. One, I'm shocked because this flipped immediately. Two, it's like because of where we were, I'm like, do I leave? Do I stay? I really did not know what.
You know what you do? You turn on that camera on the iPhone and you start recording.
Like how you think I got an iPhone now, but it's fine.
Android phone.
Yeah, no, right. You're right. Again, good thing the guy witnessed.
Right, you got a witness.
Yeah.
You record. You point it at her. If she even looks like she's hitting you, you got an EC20K coming your way. You know what I mean?
You want to translate for those of people out there who don't know, like me?
Yeah, so if you get hit by somebody, you're in pain, you fell, your back hurts, you take this into criminal court and you make sure you get paid.
Oh, okay. Restitution.
And make sure if you put that in a joke, that you write that out and it be 1 minute.
Yeah, make sure you make that into
Make sure you make that into 1 minute because we was confused.
Yeah, I was like, what? What? You went to
the confusion means I told the story properly because that's what happened. It was.
Well, that's bananas.
But look, I was gonna just give y'all a recommendation of the day. Okay, calling the cops on somebody. What are the criterias that actually justify you calling the cops? And this is something that I had to deal with growing up. Not that I called the cops. I never called the cops. I almost did on my brother because he hit me one time. We were children, right? I hanged up real quick as soon as I heard the white lady, 911, what is the emergency? I hung up immediately.
I got real.
Yeah. But that was like petty. But if you live in a Chicago neighborhood that's ghetto, or if you live somewhere,
why you gonna pick Chicago when they say a Chicago neighborhood that's ghetto?
I'm not saying all Chicago is ghetto. I'm saying I'm just trying to relate to you, Tressa. Look, that ain't how you do it. Because I come from a bad home. Ain't ghetto. I didn't say that. Look, what I'm saying is if you were raised in a neighborhood that's ghetto, right? And maybe you had a great come up. Tressa is making $100K now, right? She lives in a good neighborhood. You're in your good neighborhood now, but you know what a criminal attire looks like. What is criminal attire?
A suit jacket at a time.
Okay, you can fall in calling the police.
True, that's true. That's corporate crime, right? Which is easy to hide in America.
You should be calling the police when you are in danger. If you truly feel that you are in danger, but you should not be calling them because of somebody's skin color.
Not skin color.
You should not be calling them because somebody has on a hood.
You can't say attire because you can't say we can all go commit crimes. We got various attire. I look like I'm finna go work out. Tressa like she's going to a PTA meeting. You look like you chilling. All of us probably could be some class.
Oh, I could have get something professional.
I do not look like I'm going to a PTA meeting.
For the people who are on the radio who can't see it.
Nor have I lived in a ghetto Chicago.
So let me explain.
All these things.
Now Tressa the filter. Call the cops.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops because now I am. But you should be called if you feel like you are in danger. That's your reason, not because you just see a person. If you live in a white neighborhood and you see someone that is not
you don't
white,
fit in.
This is the hardest topic. This is the hardest topic to talk about.
Not really.
Because because
we learned this in elementary school.
Yeah, so okay, so imagine you see a Hispanic male in your Montrose neighborhood, right? And he has real baggy shirt, he has multiple tattoos, and he has real baggy shorts, and he's in your gated community.
First of all, it's Montrose. Everybody looks like that.
No, like that old school
that baggy pants, tattoo, grill, that person would be a millionaire.
If you have this gangster appearance, and if you're white and you're wearing this, you're
what do serial killers wear, Enrique?
Look, there's gangsters that kill and murder people. Look, there's gangsters that murder people and wear the same attire, right? And it's just a fact, right?
No,
you see somebody.
You're saying it's facts.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying because it could be a white person with multiple tattoos and an orange bag wearing the same baggy clothes that just came out of jail, right? Mm-hmm. What is the difference between criminally profiling and racially profiling?
You just did it.
There is a real blurry line.
What you're saying is about racial profiling, though, based on how they are dressed or if they have tattoos or not. You know, now if they're in a gated community and it's a Hispanic person, the first thing
somebody's
looking for they're looking for a lawnmower and they're looking for a scaffolding. They looking for a pressure washer or something. So if he's just walking around, with the handkerchief on the stick, like he just, you know what I'm saying, like he ran away from home, like he ran away, like he escaped from a prison. Then they probably will if they just randomly walking by. But I still would not think to call the cops. If I'm in an all-black neighborhood and I see a white person with tattoos looking like what I would say, or something, I wouldn't just immediately call the cops. It's just not how we brought up. You just don't immediately. You got to see them do something.
Nor are we going to accost them on the street as they're minding them. You tell me who you are.
Right.
Who are you?
That is amazing. They have walked up to people, literally, like walk up to cars. What are you doing here? That happened to me in Montrose.
Can I give you a hypothetical?
Here we go.
All right. So say we just left Edge radio station, right? We're at the Heights right now. Super white, it's super laid back here. That could be a good thing or a bad thing based on where you grew up, right? And you're walking down an alleyway. If you see an alley, this is a hypothetical. This is my Heights right now. Listen.
Okay, this is fake Heights. How they go to fake Heights and make different cities from.
You're walking down this alleyway, and this is how you know if you're racist or not, right?
Oh, okay.
And this might trigger both of y'all, but I'm still gonna say it. Okay, if you see a gentleman wearing baggy shorts, wearing a bandana, right? A Hispanic guy, and it's all black. You can tell he's a cholo, right? And he's walking towards your direction. You're walking opposite of his direction, right? For 1 second, you're gonna be like, "Oh dang, am I about to get hit on right now?" Not hit on as in flirtatious hit on.
You mean like violently?
Hit on like you're gonna get a concussion, and you're probably not gonna have your keys. If the same Hispanic gentleman is walking on, but he has short Adidas shorts, right? He has like some short shorts, and he has like an Under Armour like tight shirt. He just came from a jog, and you think the same way, and he doesn't have this attire. then you're a racist if you still call the cops on them, right? The same thing happened with Central Park Karen. The first Central Park Karen, she saw this man who had a Harvard, he had a Harvard education, and he was a bird watcher. He had binoculars, everything fit. This guy was not dressed in criminal attire, and of course, criminal attire is a sensitive subject.
I have something,
especially with
So we have a phone call.
We do have a phone call.
So we don't need headphones. Let's see.
I don't have headphones.
Okay, so we'll let you know what they say.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really trust it. Back. No, right. Come back. No.
So, Vince, can we get them on? Yo. You are calling into the Edge Radio. What is your name? Robert. So this is Robert talking. How you doing, Robert? Is there any opinion that you want to chime in? We were talking about the difference between criminally profiling and racially profiling.
Yeah, I think there's no such thing as criminal attire. If you don't see them, if you're not witnessing them committing a crime, you don't call the cops.
Right. All right. And how do you feel about a Central Park Karen calling the cops on that man who was clearly a bird watcher, a very educated black man? What do you think about those racist people? Do you have any insight, your personal experience, and how do you deal with this type of situation, especially if you leave or go into a strict white community? What can you tell me about that, Robert?
Yeah, man. Well, I was driving in Bel Air. I was married at the time. My wife was at an interview, and I was just driving. It was pouring down, raining, and the cops got called on me just for driving through the neighborhood. I was just trying to pass the time.
Just driving.
For interview.
Black while driving. And that's the thing. I agree with you. There's no such thing as criminally profiling. This is all still about racial, based on what somebody is wearing, and it's about fear. So people are calling the cops on people based on fearing someone, based on clothes, based on skin color. So that's the problem. Like it's typically never right. Like, so the issue is that typically when some white people see black people just from the color of our skin, it immediately incites fear, because that's what they've been told, that we're the ones that create most of the crime and all that, which is all lies. We're not. Yeah, period. So, but thank you for calling in. What are you gonna say?
So Robert, I appreciate you calling in. I also driven through the Bel Air area, and you know what? I do Uber Eats right now because of the pandemic, and just recently in Montrose, I was parked in a white neighborhood, and I was waiting for this Russian lady, right? Who knows what her name was, but she was straight Russian, to come down so I could give her Chinese food. And one of the white neighbors walks up to my window, and he pretty much told me, if I have a problem, right?
What?
Code word, show me your identification. I'm gonna pretend to be a police officer. And it's some bull, right? That it happens. Like, I don't know if you're watching or if you're hearing this, but Robert, I'm a Hispanic male that looks like a 10-year-old child. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any facial hair. So, right. So, yeah, and I look like a HCC graduate, you know. That's the attire that I had on. So
I had a problem.
I appreciate you calling.
But wait, let me ask Robert real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Ask Robert.
So were the police actually called and stopped you and everything? You have to talk to them?
Yeah. He asked me. He said someone called, and so he stopped me to ask me what was I doing in the neighborhood. I'm like, what am I doing in the neighborhood?
Right.
Driving in the neighborhood.
Right. What do you mean? What am I doing in the neighborhood?
Right. It was crazy, man.
It was just a really quick thing. Like, he let you go immediately, or did he try to keep you and run your plates and do all of that?
No, he didn't do all of that, but it was still, I'm from the south side of Chicago, too.
Oh, right, that town.
Stateway Guard.
Yes.
But it was like real weird, man. Like, what do you stop me for? And it was in the pouring down rain. If I was a cop, I'd be like, I ain't being get out my car. And this kind of rain, just. But they feel like they have a license to just stop
you
anybody
just
for any
for
reason.
no reason. So
And he didn't have no. It was raining so hard, no one in the world anybody could know what I was wearing. All they could see was my black face.
right, that's all they see.
Right.
That's all they see. So since you're from Chicago, let me ask you: do you also agree with the fact that I said that typically with women we are told not to roll your window down for strangers and stuff to give to the homeless?
Oh yeah. Now you don't roll your window down. One thing I noticed when I moved here to Houston, is that people will look into your car. You don't do that in Chicago.
Exactly.
They literally shop.
Right.
Exactly. Like, what are you doing? Like, that is we are brought up a whole different kind of way.
They treat your car like you at the buffet. Like, no, let me get the one back there.
Yeah.
The one back there.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. We might give you some money, if we outside the car, but I'm gonna roll right past you. You're not gonna accost me at this traffic stop. But thank you for calling in, and thank you for watching and listening. Are you watching too? Or listening?
Yeah, I'm watching. Well, I don't have two devices, so I have to stop watching to call, but then I'm gonna go back to watching.
Gotcha. Okay, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
hang up right now. You can
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Yeah.
See, you see what I'm saying? That stuff
Robert's
is crazy.
cool. He was cool, man.
It's crazy. Thank you so for calling in. Just going through the Bel Air neighborhood in Houston, Texas, and they want to know why are you driving? Like our life is so completely different. I was sitting in Midtown. One of my friends when I lives in Midtown. Her brother has had this place in Midtown for 10 years, so they've never raised the rent around him. So really, technically, he really can't afford to live in Midtown, but because of this landlord, he's been so loyal and fortunate that this landlord has never raised this rent, and he lives in a very expensive neighborhood.
Right.
So I'm visiting his sister, who was visiting here, and we're just sitting in the car. We're not sitting in the car smoking weed. We're sitting in the car talking, and we're on the street where a lady comes out to walk her dog, which I think she came out to walk her dog to see if we had a problem.
Yeah, she used the dog as a ruse.
She used the dog as a ruse, to
be nosy.
see if we, quote unquote, had a problem.
Be nosy.
And this is we're two women in a car, okay?
Gangsters.
My windows aren't tinted or anything like that, and she walked up to the car and was like, "What are you all doing?"
She got a good look.
She literally said, "This white woman literally said, what are you all doing?" So we were like, "What are you talking about? We're sitting here talking." She's like, "Do you live around here?" Yes. Like, what is wrong with y'all? I really don't own the street.
They act like they want your address.
It's not I can kind of understand it when and again, I still wouldn't question a person. But when you live like in a cul-de-sac, those people kind of do know each other. They watch out for each other.
They know.
And you wouldn't just be in the cul-de-sac for any reason or dead-end street or what have you. But because of Uber Eats and Instacart and everything,
I was profiled.
It could be anybody.
Trust me, you were profiled. Karen tried to get Amber assassinated the other day, and I was. Robert was profiled. He just called. So we all have experienced, some amount of oppression, and I guess to summarize the question, what is the difference between criminally profiling somebody and racially profiling somebody?
Well,
there is.
I wanted to address something with that, Enrique, because you made a lot of references to clothing, and just because somebody's dressed some kind of way doesn't mean that they're about to perform any type of criminal activity.
That's why Trayvon Martin isn't here.
Right. That's
over a hood, and didn't he have Skittles or something?
Right.
He
has Skittles in his pocket.
It's not a gun. He has Skittles in his pocket.
But even criminals not committing crime 24/7, they go to the grocery store, they shop.
They pay bills.
Exactly. Right. That's why they doing the crime.
So before we go into this break, just to justify this, the only reason you should call the cops on somebody is if you are physically right there seeing them do something illegal or harming somebody, or if they are threatening to harm you, or you are being
immediate danger.
It can't be in
immediate danger.
The presence of immediate danger.
Right. So anyways, you are listening to the 101.7 FM, 1540 AM with Enrique Chacon, Teresa Ellaby, and Amber Skies. Yes. And we'll be back after this break, y'all.
This is former Robert Reed.
This is Mel Jewett of Athletes Unite.
And we want to talk to you of our new program and podcast. We're talking about former athletes who are doing a lot of things.
Various athletes in various sports, swimming, track, soccer, football, baseball, former and current athletes here in the greater Houston area. All promoting wellness. All promoting that which makes us all better.
Edge Radio. Truth still matters.
During that time, I was an adolescent, and another thing that I struggled with was this idea that my opinion didn't count, didn't matter. And I never...
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio. Because truth still matters.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Enrique Chacon, and you are still tuned in into the Edge Radio Network with my co-host Amber. We out here chilling. We just discussed the difference between criminal profiling and racially profiling, and guess what? There is no difference. It's the same thing. So now we're gonna hit some current news, some news topics, something that's been hot on the news right now. President Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? I always bring him up. I guess in here, are you a Democrat, liberal?
I don't.
She's an anarchist. She doesn't identify. And
you just gave me a title.
Yeah.
See, you know what? And I was thinking about that on the way over here.
Anarchist.
All you have to do is create a title, and you can create an enemy or an ally if you give a person a title.
So I haven't given her a negative title. So we have an ally. We're both allies here. Mm-hmm. President Donald Trump has threatened to send more federal law enforcement officers to major U.S. cities to control ongoing protests. What protest? To this day, Amber, Portland has had peaceful overnight protests because of George Floyd's murder. Still.
Oh, okay.
Still. So
I appreciate that they're consistent.
Right.
Because we haven't seen anybody care about George Floyd since that paint dried.
Right, and it's crazy to see because last protest was the City Hall protest, right? Mm-hmm. The major protest that I know of, and I think is props to them because it is very important to keep the awareness going this year, especially after George Floyd's murderers were prosecuted with second-degree murder, right? And then the fellow officers, not Chauvin, they were charged with abiding to murder. So yeah, they're going to be doing some time, right? And is it right if President Donald Trump sends troops in order to stop peaceful protests? No, it's not.
I feel like it's a waste of resources.
Yeah, it's a waste of resources. You know, send them, I don't know, to China somewhere. Go help Beijing.
No, that's what the military is for.
Yeah, go help Hong Kong, you know.
Okay.
Right. You know what? Send the troops. Send the troops to, I don't know, Popeyes or the Chick-fil-A line, you know.
It sounds like we need to send these people back to training because of these excessive force complaints. So many people are, and we just had a discussion about somebody wanting to be gung-ho and just go, like, that's what, people don't realize that, like, police officers, peace officers, doctors, and all these people are civil servants. They are here, and those positions are in place to serve the community, not to be self-serving. And those lines get so blurred, and it's so many alliances and allies within these realms that they're lost.
Right, yeah, so
I feel like we need to just shake the Etch-a-Sketch, you know?
It's a waste of resources. Where could you send the troops? I don't know, you can send them to senior homes so they can help out there, you know, and they're here to serve the community, serve the country, right? Wherever there is a community event, wherever there is, I don't know, you know what, if anything, they should be protecting the protesters from neo-Nazis and stuff.
Also,
it's not going to be that.
It's like those things, because a lot of people, it's bad. There is good and there's bad on both sides. Right. Because some people want to protest because they actually believe in the cause and they just want to demonstrate. Then you have some people who protest because they want to antagonize. You have officers, whether they be troops or whether they be police. They are there because that's their job. And worst case, overtime. Let me get this check real quick. Then you have some officers can't wait till something pop off. Right. So once that antagonist and that pop off officer meet each other, now everybody like. It's like, bro, get your friend. Right.
Yeah, get your friend.
It all goes
work at an auto salon.
Exactly, and it all goes about accountability. Because people always want to just, like, for instance, like, oh, Trump did this. Well, what about the mayor? What about the governor? What about, you know, it's different levels and regions and the schools of I forget, not Congress. I can't think of it right now. Yeah, but like, stuff has to go through so many chains of command before it even gets to the president. So it's like, what is going on in these chains, because people aren't being held accountable.
Right. Yeah.
The people who are causing the ruckus aren't being held accountable, and the people who are supposed to diffuse the ruckus aren't being held accountable.
Right.
At the end of the day, just stay at home and write a letter. That gets further anyway.
Yeah. And
you gotta know how to read, though. I guess
of
that's
course, if you're peacefully protesting, good, and if you're violently protesting, or if you feel like, man, I'm going to bust a police officer's lip today, you're just putting more fuel to the fire instead of water. So Donald Trump, get your wife, Melania Trump, take her on a nice date. She has been abused and she looks like a reptilian. There's other things that Donald Trump should be doing, and wearing a face mask and taking selfies is one of them. So all his supporters
should be doing that?
Yes, because all his supporters don't wear face masks.
So
you want those supporters to get COVID and pass away?
Not really, because you don't automatically pass away from COVID.
Yeah, it's true. You know, you could be an old racist person, and it might be critical.
I put my mask on today. It smelled like pocket. I'm not immune. I'm not safe. Like it's a false sense of security anyway. So I mean, worst case, like I'll wear it. I don't care. It's not that one. It's not that deep. It's not. I would like to breathe, and once I can't breathe, it's coming off, or at least the nose is. I cover up the face for you to feel like I'm doing something about
you know
my
what?
life.
There's a lot of people out there who are pretty much getting triggered, and you can call them Karens at Trader Joe's, and they're like, my doctor told me that if I wear this mask I'm gonna pass out. I have breathing problems, right?
I mean, you really depending on, especially depending on how thick that material is. But you can think, we live in Texas. It's hot.
It is hot, right? It's so hot. My armpits.
Sweating in the cold.
My armpits.
I see it. I have the same.
You've been seeing it for a while, but look, there's this doctor that came out in the news, and he wore 5 cloth face masks, and it didn't affect his oxygen level.
That's him.
At all. That's him,
That's
right?
him. And then you think he's conditioned. Everybody isn't conditioned to be into. Like some people can hold their breath for 15 minutes. You think that I'm going to say, hey, hold your breath for 15 minutes right now?
Yeah. It's if I can do it, you can
live. It's not the same. Everybody has different stuff going on. Some people have swollen adenoids. Some people have allergies. At the end of the day, it's not that deep. Protect yourself. Do what you need to do to protect yourself. Don't worry about me. That's if people minded their own dag blasted business and just kind of only jumped in when it actually mattered. If I don't have a face mask on, stay away. Stay far away.
Right. And you know what? To summarize this news article, Trump, you know, mind your business. Mind your business.
Right.
Yeah, do whatever you need to do at the White House, because there's a COVID outbreak there. Fix that first, and then send troops. Not to stop protesters, but to work at a soup kitchen, because that would be way better than being out there trying to beat on people. Anyways,
stop defunding schools.
Right, defund the military.
It's like they automatically, the first thing, like in government, like for the budget, the first thing that money is always taken from is always education. Because you got to understand, like a lot of people's education, who they feel are going to make it and do something and contribute to society, their educations are privately funded anyway.
Right.
So public schools, who cares?
Okay, so I got a second news article for y'all. We just talked about Donald Trump, just talked about him threatening to send law enforcement and more soldiers, which is all bull crap, right? It's just him crying wolf. This second news article is very interesting. It seems like a Netflix movie or something that could be in a Netflix documentary. A lawyer who shot dead a female judge's son before turning the gun on himself has ranted online about feminazi rule. So you have this pretty much...
He snapped.
Yeah. He's a lawyer, right?
That means he went to school and passed the test.
We have a call in. So, hello. You're listening to the Edge Radio Network. I'm Enrique. Can you please state your name?
My name is Valerie Ellaby.
Oh, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Miss Ellaby. Oh, I'm excellent. We were just talking about Donald Trump threatening to send more soldiers into the Portland protest because that's still going on. Is there any opinion that you would like to chime in or input?
Sure. I think it's a test. I think he wants to see exactly how far he can go. If you look into, let's say, Russian history, Italian history, this is what they did. They just strong-armed communities, and they further and further until they took people prisoner wherever they were. It's the same thing as when they separated Germany. And I saw that on television as a younger person. And all he's trying to do is to see how far he can go to imprison people or divide them. Okay?
Right.
It's the same thing that he's trying to do with saying, oh, geez, I don't think I'm going to accept the election results.
I totally agree. Yes.
So, Ms. Ellaby, so do you feel like it's more so like a presidential agenda or more of a political agenda when things like this happen? Because as you said, like it's almost like a repeat of history. So that makes it seem cyclic, like it's a cycle.
Yeah, but he's going to go further. Okay, he's a wannabe dictator. The Republicans want to stop democracy in their tracks.
Right.
That's why they're attacking Medicare. They're attacking Social Security. They're attacking everything that we as citizens believe and know that we're entitled to. He's stealing our money.
Right, especially with this corona lockdown, it's even easier to control people and pretty much make the people bend to the government's will. And I'm pretty interested in your political opinion. I think it's excellent. Who would you vote for, Mrs. Ellaby, for this presidential election? Or do you have nobody that you want to vote for? Do you feel like there isn't any candidate out there for you?
Okay, first, I'm not going to vote for Kanye West.
Definitely not Kanye West.
No, because he's just as crazy as Trump is.
Right.
Okay, they both need a severe medication. So, because of the way that, well, not the way, but the situation that we find ourselves in, I think it would be better for me to certainly not write in anyone and vote for Biden because he is the Democratic candidate.
Right.
Now, do I believe that Democrats are perfect and they're going to say this? No, I don't.
Right, and that's very, very intellectual of you.
Yes, I believe that they are the lesser of the two evils, and they are not going to victimize Americans, no matter their color.
Yes.
But they're going to get what they want to.
Right.
But I think they're going to do it a little bit more repetitiously, so they can sneak those things in instead of overtly giving us all the finger.
Okay, I totally agree with that, Miss Ellaby. It seems like you've seen this amount of oppression in your life and you are seeing it now again, and I'm glad that you're sticking up, and I'm glad that you called in to say something. Your opinion is very refreshing, and I believe that it is very true. Trump is gonna do Trump's agenda, and he's gonna try to push his power as much as possible just to see how far he can go.
Yes, but his agenda is being dictated by somebody with intelligence.
Right, I totally agree.
And he's a severe narcissist. Okay, and all he is doing right now is getting back at the American people because he's whining because you don't like him.
Right. And you know what?
He's a little boy.
Yeah, he is a little boy. Yeah, he definitely has a weird wig for a boy. And you know what? He has to just go jump off a lake, and I hopefully praying that this is going to be his last presidential run, right?
Well, I do too.
Right.
But someone has told him something different.
Right.
And that is, they told him what he can do.
Exactly.
Okay, as a president.
Right.
Okay, not what he's supposed to do, he disagrees with.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Ellaby. Your opinion is very refreshing, and we're very glad you called in. And keep tuning in and call in whenever you do feel like it. If you have something else to talk about, Miss Ellaby, we appreciate the support, and please have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, take care. Take care, Miss Ellaby.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so Miss Ellaby bringing all the heat that we can handle.
Oh, she brought some.
She brought some. She brought the heat, yeah. So,
she definitely
you got the perspective from Mrs. Ellaby. Anyways, back to the current news article that we were talking about. So, this lawyer shot a federal judge's son, and he was dressed as a FedEx driver, and pretty much
Was he a FedEx driver?
No, he wasn't a FedEx driver.
Oh, he just had the uniform?
Yeah, he had the uniform, and he had, he didn't have the car, but he just had the uniform, knocked on the door, and the judge's son opened the door, and he was fatally shot. The husband of the judge was also fatally shot. He is pretty much a neo-Nazi, not a neo-Nazi, feminist, family Nazi, meaning that he hates women and just like racist.
Who's making these titles? Like, who is
making these titles?
Oh my God. It's just like neo-Nazi, feminazi, nationalist, social distancing. Like, what is it? I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it.
What would you call it?
I don't get, like, a lot of just idiots who hate. Let's just call it what it is.
Haters.
Because you're haters. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to categorize and compartment. This is why I don't watch the news. If you wanted to know, this is why. A lot of it is stupid. So, like I said, you put a title on something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't like it. I don't like pink pixies. Yeah, then you have the National Association for Pink Pixie Haters of America, and then they started having chapters. Now they got a 501c6, and everybody's writing stuff on the taxes. Because guess what? It's all about taxes.
And you know what? This just comes to show you that you can be an educated person, and you can go to like the best law schools, but you can still be very, very messed up inside.
Yeah, just people think that crazy people don't be smart.
Yeah, crazy people are
highly intelligent.
Yeah,
people don't.
Highly intelligent.
When was the last time you seen your regular average day-to-day level of education person just create a whole agenda and then just blow up stuff?
Right. Yeah.
Shoot up people. No, these people are smart.
The bomb.
A lot of people are criminal. That's what they say. They're criminally insane, and they have mental institutions. Like it's.
Right. So we feel, we wish the federal judge Esther Salas speedy recovery for her husband. Rest in peace.
He was fatally shot.
Yeah. So her husband was shot multiple times, but he's in critical care, and he's probably going to survive. Her son is like a 20-year-old freshman in college. So
do we know who the target was?
So this guy Roy Den Hollander pretty much wanted to target her because
so he just got whoever answered the door instead.
Yeah.
He didn't have a package.
He just wanted to hurt her in every single way because he hated the fact that a female appointed as a federal judge by Obama was pretty much in office, right? She's pretty much what I guess the patriarchy. And you are familiar with the patriarchy?
Nope.
Right. The patriarchy are people who believe men are superior to women. Right.
Do you believe that, Enrique?
I was raised by a single
that little dangly thing just keeps you ahead of the game?
If anything, testicles are weak. If you hit me in my balls, I will collapse. So, no, I'm not part of the patriarchy, y'all. And, of course, this got me weak. I really don't appreciate seeing anti-feminists just make it to the news. I hate just giving people attention.
And you just gave them a segment.
Yeah, but it's important to talk about because the people out there have to know.
Do they?
Yeah,
I was perfectly fine not knowing about it.
You gotta call this stuff out.
And I just called that out. No, I'm joking.
No,
okay.
I totally feel you.
But the thing is, like, I just feel like so much is given. It's like once you shine light on it, that gives people an avenue to shine. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like if we highlight stuff that's more engaging or more educational, that makes people want to shine in that. Because you got to think, people go where they feel like they're going to have the least competition for attention.
Right.
There's not a lot of people out here being serial killers. So if that's all you got, if you lowball and then you be like, oh man, I'm going to kill several.
Oh, you mentioned about anti-feminists and murdering somebody's son because, they're a woman, then I'm going to do it.
Exactly. No, but that's exactly what
so
it
you
is.
feel like that's why your stance on news is that way, because you feel if people hear about school shootings that more people are going to want to do school shootings.
My stance on news is the way it is because I'm actually smart and I have common sense and I think past what's put in front of me. And when I think past it and I get evidence and I research it and I see the underlying issue, I get annoyed because it just makes me realize collectively humans are stupid.
So I agree with you. Humans are very dumb. But this is my counter argument to your stance, it's important to remember the Holocaust. In history, because you don't want that to happen.
But do you realize that that type of thing happened all over the country? All over the world, rather? Like, it happened in Europe, it happened in Asia, it also happened in Africa, but we're supposed to remember the Holocaust. You know why? Because it's called branding. It's a brand. Look it up.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna make sure I do my homework. And thank you, Amber, for being a co-host. Amber,
we're gonna spend the last minute of the show saying my name.
Amber,
say my name. Amber.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect on the list.
Respect.
Amber.
Amber. Amber, we just got through some very tough news articles. I think you did great. Thank you for sitting down with your genius brain and showing us. Showing us what the skies are made out of. And can you tell people where they can find you on social media?
Of course, you can find me at Ember Skies. That's EMBERSKEYEZ.com. You can also find my nonprofit Skies and Stars. That's SKEYEZ, the letter N, STARZ.org.
Right, and you can find me at EnriqueChacon.comedy.com. I don't have any comedy days because everything is canceled. Follow my Instagram, Rico Shashon, RICOSHAYSHON, and follow comedian Tressa Ellaby. And please look up the Laugh Jones Comedy Club in Cyprus, where Keisha Hunt is a comic on Last Comic Standing. Open up her own club, powered by forget her sister Salon, but still, anyways, Salon 180. Salon 180. Follow. We'll bring more heat, more topics for y'all. Until next time, and again, thank you to the producer Vince. We are out.
Yeah, listen to 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Hey, listeners, in my opinion...
Wait. Your opinion doesn't matter. This is where opinions collide on the